Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. See who's in here. Got my chat already pulled up. Lisa, Cement Shoes. It is Stacy, Tarot Reader. Let's see, TC, Will, Cement Shoes, Misty Walker, Cheryl Lynn, Jack's mom. Good morning. When I started saying good morning, I automatically forgot who I said good morning to. My brain's all over the place today. Hey, Vicki, good morning. Is it cold outside where y'all are at? It is here. Once again, I think we're going to have a really bad winter, guys. Hey, Sapphire, good morning. I love that unicorn emoji. Debbie, good morning. I got us a few things to talk about. Right when I was getting ready to go live, I seen that there had been an Amber Alert issued for some little boys that are from Alabama, but they went missing in Mississippi. So we're going to take a look at that. Did I say hey to Denise? I can't remember. Nevertheless Hope, good morning. We're going to be in the 80s all week. Yeah, it's going to warm up. It warmed up some yesterday. Mark went motorcycle riding yesterday. I don't know how he stood it. You know, of course, he's got leather stuff to ride in. East Georgia, Florida line, still hot, hot, hot. Really, Christina? 13 past midnight. Good morning. That's a pretty cool name. When I started YouTube, I couldn't think of anything creative. So first up, let's look at these little boys that went missing. I think their mom kidnapped them. She didn't have custody of them. They're saying they're in extreme danger. I hope they find them quick. Then we'll talk about Stephanie Hollingsworth. They found her vehicle and they found a body inside. It's not been positively identified, but more than likely it's her. So Amber Alert issued in Alabama for two boys abducted by a woman and, oh my gosh, Pascagoula? Is that how you say it? Pascagoula? So Caden Wall is on the left, Coden Wall on the right. They were reportedly abducted from Pascagoula by Sarah Lynn Caswell in the center picture. According to the child abduction emergency alert issued on behalf of the Pascagoula Police Department. I'm probably butchering that name. Cute little fellers. I think Crime Online's got a little bit better picture. I have to see. So the Amber Alert was issued early Sunday in Alabama for two young boys who authorities say were kidnapped by a woman in Mississippi. Sarah Lynn Caswell, 33, kidnapped Caden Weil, 6, and Coden Weil from Pascagoula, according to the Child Abduction Emergency Alert. We just read that. Authorities said Caden and Coden Weil were last seen Friday, October 16th, at about 5:21 p.m. in the area of Beach Park Drive in Pascagoula. They are believed to be in extreme danger. So Caswell is the boy's mother, but does not have custody of them, it says. She's a white female with blue eyes and black hair. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 150 pounds. Caden has brown hair and brown eyes. He's 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 120 pounds. Coden also has brown hair and brown eyes. He is 2 feet 3 inches tall and weighs 40 pounds. Now, Caswell may be traveling in a silver 2007 Audi A4 2.0 with Alabama tag 2BA2195 and may be in the Mobile area. And it says anyone with information is asked to call the Pascagoula Police Department, 228-762-2211, or you can call 911. I hope she doesn't harm these kids. Hey, nurse teacher. Good morning. Ashley, GBC for life. Good morning, y'all. Been subbed forever. Finally decided to say, hey, well, Ashley, I'm glad you decided to tell us hello this morning. I love it when people come in and they're like, oh gosh, I watch you all the time, but this is the first time I'm saying, hey. I just like that for some reason. Well, welcome. Um, hey, Red Rum. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, I hope they find these two little fellers. Let me go see if we can find that better picture of them. I was going to say, why do these parents kidnap their kids they don't have custody of? You're not going to get by with it. I mean, every now and then there's a case where someone gets by with it. They usually always end up getting caught. There's been some cases, like the dad or something has kidnapped the child, and 10 years later they're found. Let me just go get this picture. Then we'll talk about Stephanie, and then we'll talk about these murder-suicides. There was, like, 2 that happened over the weekend, and one happened not too far from here, Bristol, Tennessee. Yeah, here's a better picture of these 2 little fellers. Oh my gosh, I hope she's not harmed them. Take the ads down. Okay, now I can screen share. I hate seeing these Amber Alerts. Always makes my heart drop. So there they are. Oh, that Otis one, he looks like he's sweet. He's a healthy looking child like my son. Bless his little heart. I bet they're scared to death because he's old enough to know that his mom has kidnapped him. She's not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to be with her. So I'd say they're kind of scared. Anyways, I'm praying for them, and I hope that they find the kids soon, and hope, of course, they're safe. The world's crazy, y'all. It's just one thing after another. This next case bumfuzzles me. This Stephanie Hollingsworth. She goes to do errands she lives in Florida. She goes to do errands. She's seen at Walmart on video, walking down one of the aisles, shopping around. She's seen on surveillance camera withdrawing $20 after that, I believe. And then she just disappears. Her husband said that she never came home. And over the weekend, they were out searching for her, and there were some guys that had drones out, and they were flying over this retention pond. And they noticed some tire tracks, like leading into the water. So they contact authorities, and sure enough, it's Stephanie's vehicle, and there's a body inside. Which her brother said that, like, she would have never just took off and not came home. I mean, she's a mom of 3 boys, I believe. She had just got her, what is it called? Aerial aerobics instructor's certificate. Yeah, so she was going to be teaching people how to do the aerial aerobics. I think there's foul play involved here. Now, allegedly, when she went out to do these errands, she left her cell phone at home, which is possible. I leave mine at home a lot. But I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, what if she did come back home from running errands? Then something happened to her. That's what I've been thinking. But, I mean, she could have just met up with the wrong person. They could have, like, tried to mug her or robbed her. Who knows? Now, I went to an old article when she was first reported missing. She was reported, she disappeared on September 23rd. They found her vehicle Saturday. Um, Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. When she was first reported missing, right after that, her family offered like a $5,000 reward. I was reading that article this morning, and in that article, it said that a detective said that she suffered from psychological issues. I'm getting a phone call, guys. I have to call my mom back. Sorry about that. My cousin passed away. My mom's double first cousin. She's probably calling me about that. But anyways, they said it was going to probably just take a little bit for them to make a positive identification. But more than likely, it is Stephanie. It just seems like, they said she was suffering from psychological issues. I just don't think like she took her own life. She just got a certificate to teach aerial aerobics. Of course, you never know what's going on in someone's mind, but anyways, prayers for her family. I'm just really suspicious of that husband. I'm suspicious of all husbands in these cases. Let me see what y'all are saying. Sorry to hear this, CC. Prayers going up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he was just 50 years old. I don't know if y'all remember, but I was telling y'all that my mom's double first cousin was suffering from cancer. This all happened within the last year. He's rode horses all his life. Um, Still owns horses. His son's into horses, but when they take him up to the graveyard to bury him Wednesday, his casket will be taken up on a horse and buggy for one last ride. He loved to ride horses all his life. I'm suspicious too, Mary. I'm always suspicious. She was also a recovering alcoholic. Well, you know what, guys? You just don't never know what's going through someone else's mind. People suffer in silence, and from an outsider looking in, sometimes you'll think, oh, well, they just seem so happy go lucky, and, you know, they were doing this and planned on doing that. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times it just blows your mind when you think someone's got everything going for them and, they take their own life. I'm not saying that she did that, but that really stuck out to me when it said she had psychological issues. And it said I wish I hadn't closed out that article. She needed help daily, like someone to take care of her. Basically, just look out for is what it was saying. Oh, thank you, Remy. It's good to see you, Remy. Yeah, he was very sick. Gosh, he was suffering. He died at home though. Um, he leaves behind a wife and one son. His mom was my papa's sister, and his dad is my granny's brother. That's how him and my mom are double first cousins. So I think that makes him like my first cousin. Anyways, prayers for Stephanie's family. I hope they give us an update soon. Okay, this next case is from Florida too, y'all. What's going on in Florida? I always say that. It's just one thing after another. You just read about more cases out of Florida than any other state. Florida, Texas, read about a lot from Texas and Ohio too. Florida the most. Okay. So this next case, this guy killed his girlfriend and then killed himself. And her father is the one that found their bodies. When he couldn't get a hold of her, he went over to the house, and through a window, he saw his daughter's body laying there. So he broke out a window and went in, and the police say it's one of the most gruesome crime scenes they've ever seen. Blood everywhere. So much blood that they don't know how they died. The cops that arrived there, had no idea of how they died, whether it be gunshot, stab wounds. There's just so much blood. Um, Now, this was a bad relationship because this guy evidently was abusive to this lady. Let's go down here to her name. His name is Zachary Winton. He had threatened to kill Sabrina, let me see how you say her name. Doomday, that's how you say it, in September. It says a Florida father found his 37-year-old daughter and her boyfriend dead Saturday in what Bradenton Beach Police Detective Leonard Diaz called the most gruesome crime scene I've ever worked. An apparent murder-suicide in a Bradenton Beach triplex that just sold on Friday. Sabrina Marie Dumday and Zachary John Witten, 34, were both pronounced dead at the scene. Dumday and Witten were the only occupants of the building, according to the police chief. The chief said detectives will likely have to wait for autopsies on Monday to determine exactly what happened. We have no idea. All I can tell you is there's a lot of blood. We're waiting to find out exactly where the wounds are and what they consist of. Okay. Police had responded to domestic incidents at that location in the past. They said we arrested him in September for domestic violence. Court records show that Winton was arrested at the Bradenton Beach address on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, tampering with the witness, false imprisonment, and domestic battery, and was ordered to have no contact with Doomday. An order was filed lifting the no contact order in mid September, according to the arresting officer's report. He said he would kill Doomday when he got out of jail. And that's what he did. Defendant and victim. This is what the police report says. Defendant and victim had been arguing for the last 2 days, but today, victim said it got worse. Victim stated Winton refused to let her leave the house or his sight by threats of violence. She felt confined. Defendant then grabbed her by the face and held a razor knife to her neck and said, "Leave and see what happens." Victim had a well founded fear that Winton had the ability to carry out such a threat and that it would take place. Victim stated defendant would not allow her to use her phone, but only to call her sister, as he hindered or delayed her from making other calls. Victim finally got away and made a call to 911 dispatch, but had to hang up in the middle of the call as defendant had found her and once again put her in fear of violence. Upon my arrival, defendant was yelling and walking at victim with large kitchen knife I observed in his right back pocket. Jesus. Defendant was then issued verbal commands at taser point to back away from the victim. He then complied and was detained. While detained in the police department, Winton made numerous threatening remarks about what he was going to do to the victim when he gets out, such as, "I will kill her. She's going to pay. If I get charged with felonies, I'll kill her, then myself. I'll cut her throat." Jesus. Manatee County court records also indicate that Doomday was arrested on suspicion of domestic battery in July in Bradenton, but the charges were later dropped. Winton was arrested at the same address less than a month later. His charges were also later dropped. They shouldn't let them drop charges against these people. And there's obvious signs that, someone's been beat up. They shouldn't let them drop the charges. I used to do that crap too. I did it one time. I did it with my first husband. He broke my wrist. He bent my wrist back till it broke. And I didn't call the police on him. My neighbors did. And they didn't ask me crap. They just arrested him. Anyways, Okay, so Dumday's father had been trying to reach her. When he couldn't, he came to the house. He saw his daughter on the floor, broke out a window to get in, he said. The chief said the scene was so bloody, officers couldn't tell what caused the wounds. This is probably the most gruesome crime scene I've ever worked, the worst in 37 years that I've ever seen, Diaz told the Sun. It's going to be really hard to put together what occurred, what the chronological events were that led up to the actual deaths. Going through the crime scene and photos, I'll try to put something together, but it's going to be speculation because there's no witnesses and nobody saw anything. The Sun noted that a plastic deck chair, streaked in blood, sat outside a broken window. Jesus Christ. He must have I bet he stabbed her to death. More than likely. Stabbed her to death, beat her to death. Oh, I got a super chat. I didn't even know it. Taco Podcast. Show CC the love. Everyone, smash that like button. It really helps CC find more viewer subs. Oh, thank you, Taco Podcast. That's Will, by the way, 411 now. That's his other channel. He does podcast with his wife. If y'all would like to check it out. If somebody can grab his link, if you don't mind, and put it in the chat, that would be great. Anyways, prayers for her dad. He's never going to be able to get that sight out of his head. I know what it's like to see something like that. Not a murder scene, but something gruesome, you know. He'll have probably PTSD. It's just something you can't never get out of your head. Even after years later, after seeing something like that, just you still think about it daily. It pops into your brain. You don't sit and think about it all day, but like with me, it's not a day that don't go by that I don't think about that day when my boyfriend committed suicide. So sad. And there's another murder suicide that happened right here. I was going to pull up the article and show the house, though. Hold on just a minute. This next one happened in Bristol, Virginia. This guy had been accused. Let me get into my links in article room. This guy had been accused of child abuse. And over the weekend, he killed his wife and daughter. And himself. Okay, let me close that out. And I'll show y'all the house. I guess police had to knock down their door. Someone called 911 to report gunshots. Anyways, the door's all boarded up. That's what it says. Bristol, Tennessee, police, 3 dead and murder-suicide. Officers from the Bristol, Tennessee Police Department found 3 bodies from an apparent murder-suicide at a Trammell Road residence early Saturday after responding to a report of shots fired, according to a statement from the department. At around 6:45 a.m. in a residence on the 800 block of Trammell Road, police found the bodies of 36-year-old Christina Robinson and her 17-year-old daughter and 47-year-old Michael Robinson. Christina's estranged husband, according to the statement, all appeared to have died from multiple wounds. So they wasn't even together. Michael Robinson appeared to have died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, the statement said. A rifle was found with his body, and it appeared to be the weapon used during this incident. The Bristol, Tennessee Police Department statement revealed that Michael Robinson, a resident of Russell County, Virginia, had been under investigation by Bristol, Tennessee PD and the Department of Children's Services for alleged child abuse. Detectives had recently secured a grand jury capias charging him with several counts in relation to that investigation, the statement said. Robinson was currently residing in Russell County, Virginia, and the capias had been sent to that jurisdiction to be served last Thursday. The police department said that it is continuing to investigate the deaths. It didn't say what the 17-year-old's name was, I don't think. Um, ETSU William L. Jenkins Forensic Center will perform autopsies on all three bodies. Says the Bristol, Tennessee Police Department extends our deepest sympathies to the victims as well as their families and all others directly affected by this senseless tragedy, the statement said. By late Saturday afternoon, it was difficult to tell that anything out of the ordinary had happened at the end of Trammell Road. Two boys played basketball in a nearby driveway. A man mowed his lawn while other neighbors came and went in their cars. The only obvious mark of the morning's violence was the entryway to a little gray house where the bodies were found. It was covered by a new sheet of plywood. I don't see any comments, or I would read them. A cute little house. See, sometimes you get out of bad relationships, you think you're safe, and you're not. Like a cop told me once when I got an EPO on my first husband. I was so dumb back then. He's like, "Can he walk through this paper?" And he was holding up that EPO. And my dumb butt said, "Yeah," or "No." And he's like, "Yes, he can. This is just a sheet of paper. That doesn't guarantee, that he's not going to come around you." That man had my mind so warped, guys. I didn't know if I was coming or going. I didn't even get what the cop was saying to me. That's the way abuse does you when you suffer abuse all the time. Hey, Irish Eyes, good morning. Lissa, Mandy. Am I missing anyone? Southern Mom? Anyone I missed? I'm sorry. Seems like this is happening more and more lately. What else are we going to talk about? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to give y'all an update on a case we followed where this woman who suffers from autism, she started dating a man and he beat up her twin boys, 13 months old. One of them died. Zyaire Reed died. They are going to charge her with murder as well as him now. Now, her sister says that she wouldn't know how to handle a stressful situation like that, like someone who had been abusing her child. She wouldn't know what to do about it. That's what her sister said. I'm going to read the article to y'all here. I know y'all remember this. Mom and boyfriend to be charged with murder and death of toddler twin. Now, the other baby, he had to have surgery. He had broken bones. Thank God. Thank God he didn't kill him too. The night this happened, the mother was allegedly asleep. Hell, when first responders arrived, they found the baby laying on top of the car hood. In bad shape, unresponsive, I believe. Let me look at this. This happened in Michigan. A Michigan couple already facing child abuse charges for the treatment of a 13-month-old baby now expects to be arraigned on Monday for the murder of that child's twin. Ecorse police responded to a report of child abuse on July 28th and found Zyaire Reed and his brother Zyaire seriously injured. Zyaire was taken to a hospital for treatment. Lisa Marie Reed, age 34, was arrested and charged with first-degree child abuse, while her boyfriend, later identified as James E. Gibson Jr., fled. James Gibson was later caught at a relative's home and also charged with first-degree child abuse. A police spokesman said at the time it was the worst case of child abuse he had ever seen. There was some trauma to the child's face and head area, ears, stuff like that, Inspector Timothy Sasak told WXYZ. You have one child that is deceased and one child obviously being abused and having those injuries. This is the worst. Sisak said. This is the worst I've ever seen. Zion underwent surgery at Children's Hospital to repair broken bones and other injuries. Look at that. Son of a bitch in that picture holding that baby. Piece of shit. He'd been abusing these kids. This was not a one-time thing. Um, Detectives said at the time that Gibson, who is not the father of the twins, beat both boys severely. Family members told Crime Online that Lisa Reed is high-functioning autistic mother and that Gibson manipulated her. The picture is being overshadowed with emphasis on a mother that probably didn't know how to respond due to her mental and emotional abilities in such an overwhelmingly emotional situation, her sister Jennifer Reed said. Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy said Friday that Gibson will be charged with first-degree murder and Reed will be charged with second-degree murder, the Free Press reported. The evidence in this case will show that Zyaire Reed suffered abuse for almost half of his young life, Worthy said in a news release. He was 13 months old when he died. The alleged facts of this case left seasoned prosecutors shaking their heads and vowing to seek justice for him. Amen to that. You're going to get justice too, piece of shit. I mean, I really don't know what to say about this because I don't want to offend anyone. But if she didn't know, I mean, she can't handle real high stressful emotional situations. So shouldn't someone been helping her, like someone other than this asshole, like her sister or something, helping her watch out for the kids, maybe even living with a relative caregiver? So this was not a one-time thing. It said he suffered abuse almost half his life. He was only 13 months old. So this just wasn't a one-night thing. Now there's another kid in this picture. I'm wondering if that's her kid and if that kid was ever abused by the son of a bitch. Oh my God, no one in her family saw any abuse? That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you know your sister has a high functioning autism, can't handle stressful situations, why ain't you over there checking things out? She got this man living with her, this stranger around her babies. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking, should she have had her kids living alone with them without her family's help? You know what I mean? Probably not. Easily manipulated, and that's what this guy done. He pretended like he was a good guy till he got in good with her, then got there and started abusing her kids, and or she has autism. She didn't know how to respond to that, what to do about it. That's what her sister's saying. Why does she even? I don't know. At least I don't know why she don't. She didn't have help with the kids. You know, myself, if that was my sister, and here she met some man and moved in around her kids, and I knew she, got autism like that. Um, I'd be checking things out. I'd be scared to death. They would abuse the kids or her. I mean, obviously she knows how her sister is and how she handles situations. So I'm not blaming the sister. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just like, I don't understand that. I think she should have had someone helping her. That's all I'm saying. No one saw anything. Yeah. Must not have been checking in on her too much. Or they wouldn't notice bruises on the kids. Can't abuse a child and nobody know about it. Especially if you're around the kid, you're going to notice it. You're going to notice. You'll notice a difference in their personalities too when they start being abused. Their personalities will change. That's what I'm saying, Mandy, and I'm not trying to victim bash or nothing like that. That's just, my personal opinion on it, that someone should have been helping her. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Poor little, Zahari and Zion. I hope Zion doesn't remember this. He's just 13 months old. Sounds like she did need someone around. Yeah, that's just what I'm trying to say. Um, I don't know what to think about it, to be honest. I don't want to say the wrong things, and offend anyone. Oh, let's look at this a second. Did y'all see where they found that missing hiker? She's been gone for like forever. I saw this case, but I don't think we talked about it on here. I think this happened in California. She was found in Zion National Park. She's been gone for like a couple weeks. Family of missing hiker found after nearly 2 weeks in Zion National Park says she will need medical care. I wonder if she had like some kind of mental breakdown or something, or if she just got lost. She's 38 years old, lives in California, had last been seen on October 6th aboard a shuttle bus at the Grotto Park area. According to multiple reports, the national park does not allow personal vehicles. What's her name? Holly Courtier? Is that how you say it? Um, oh, yeah, she left her phone behind when she took this little trip to the national park. Her vehicle was found in a neighboring town. So after she took that shuttle trip to the park, um, she didn't, she never returned. She never got back on a shuttle to come out, and her phone was left behind. Her 19-year-old daughter said in media interviews that her mother is an experienced hiker and had taken the opportunity to travel through the U.S. after losing her nanny job due to the pandemic. Uh-oh. Bet she got really depressed. Well, thank God she was found safe. That's all it says about it. It is unclear if Courtier told any friends or family members that she was headed to Zion National Park on October 6th, but multiple reports have confirmed that she did not mention any long-term plans. Authorities have not yet provided further details about Courtier's condition or how or where she survived for the 12 days she was missing. It is unclear if she knew she was the subject of a massive search effort. Courtier's sister, Jamie Strong, reportedly launched a GoFundMe um, crowdfunding campaign to raise money for volunteer search efforts. The website indicates the GoFundMe campaign was launched 3 days ago, while Courtier was still considered missing. On Sunday, the campaign page was updated with the news that she had been found. Holly has been found alive and well, it says. Um, We are overjoyed that she was found safely, the family said. We would like to thank the rangers and search teams who relentlessly looked for her day and night and never gave up. Some other hikers, I missed that part in the article, but some other hikers in the woods actually spotted her and they contacted authorities and then they found her. That's what happened. I'm kind of thinking like she might have had some kind of mental break, went off on her own. Since she left her phone and everything behind. Okay, let me get out of this. Anyways, glad they found her. This pandemic, man, it's caused people to really get into deep depressions and stuff. Of course, I was worried about the pandemic and stuff, family members and friends getting a coronavirus. But it really didn't bother me having to stay home because I'm at home most of the time, anyways. But some people, it really got to them being at home. Hey, Austin, that missing Carolina girl. There are water filling stations within the park, but she would have needed her own food. Yeah, I'm thinking that she might have had some kind of mental break or something. Maybe they'll let us know here today what went on. I think the public deserves to know. Of course, I'm sure they'll share, but I'm just saying, everybody was looking for her. What are they going to do with that GoFundMe money? I think they just need to refund the rest of it back since they found or donate it to charity. I don't know. I'm always side-eyeing people as soon as those GoFundMes pop up. Sometimes people will orchestrate stuff like this just to get money. I'm not saying that's what happened, but there's been plenty of people that fake stuff to get money. How you doing, Carolina girl? That's where all our stuff goes when we donate straight to the homeless shelter. Yes. Yeah, I like to I donate to the Salvation Army. Mark just took some clothes there a while back. I also donate to the Paws organization for the shelter dogs. I drop off food at our little pet store we've got here, pet supply store. Yeah, I do that every month. Buy the puppies food. I need to buy some blankets for the dogs this year. A few blankets. Just those little cheap Christmas throws. If anyone wants a pet, adopt. Don't shop. Caroline girl, I'm used to being home by myself and it's making me crazy with husband and 3 kids here all the time. Yes, that's the way I get too. It gets on my nerves too. When Mark's here all the time. Gosh, I need my space. I like my alone time, don't you, girl? When I go out the house to myself, I go run me a bubble bath in my garden tub and kick back and relax. Seems like when Mark's home, every time I get in the tub, here comes him and freaking 4 dogs trailing him. And I'm like, gosh, can I just have a relaxing bath without y'all coming back here talking to me? I'm mean, ain't I, guys? I donate to the bedding shop. Justin, hey, hon, are you trolling me? What's the betting shop? You make bets and stuff? Austin, I'm getting now tomorrow would have been my 45th anniversary. It's a hard day for me. It makes me feel empty inside. Oh, Austin, honey, I'm sorry. Prayers. If you need to talk or something, email me. I'm sorry, hen. I know it's hard. No, not mean at all, CC. Yeah, we need to, everybody deserves alone time. Oh, bookies. I thought that's what you was talking about, Justin. I've never betted on anything. Like, really bet, I've bet other people, $5 before. But, like, really bet on, like, a horse race or anything. I always wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby, but now I just feel sorry for the horses, the race horses. They have to get out there and race those other horses and train. And I don't know. I just feel bad for them. Hey, Yvonne. Y'all know what I want to do? I want to play the slot machines. Y'all talking about bookies. I want to go play the slot machines. I'd probably be broke in a matter of an hour. Need to go to the casino down Cherokee. Really, Austin, if you need to talk, really, reach out and email me. I'm sorry you're having a rough time. I know how it is. Cece, you're a YouTuber. You're betting on yourself every day you log in. Yes. So, well, isn't that the truth? You never know how it's going to turn out either. Kind of like a horse race, right? You don't know how that's going to turn out either. I always did want to go to the Kentucky Derby, though, because I want to get, wear one of those fancy hats, a cute little dress. I just want to wear one of the hats. Anyways, I guess that's all the true crime we're going to do this morning. Let me look again before I get off of here. I got to get busy this week, guys. I got to get a pumpkin. I've got to get a couple little Halloween decorations for our Halloween party, which is going to be Halloween night. Probably be about 9 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to have fun. I'm trying to make up my mind if I'm going to do it on this channel or my backup channel, because if I do it on here, I can't play music. But I could do it on my backup channel. We could play music, like the old Halloween music. I need to figure out some games. Anyone got any Halloween games ideas? Let me know. Always open to suggestions. Justin, I love the horse racing and soccer. A few bets now and again. I've really never watched soccer. Like, there's not a lot of kids that play soccer around here. I don't even think there's a soccer field. But it looks like a fun sport. Football's big around here. Basketball and baseball. Oh, they got like a little t-ball for the kids. My horses would laugh at me if I tried to make them race. Austin, I need to see some pictures of these horses. My cousin that just passed away, Austin, I don't know if he was in here when I was talking about it. He's had horses his whole life. Anyways, he was 50, he just passed away Saturday, but when they take him up to the graveyard, his casket will be on a buggy, horses pulling it up to the graveyard so he can take one last ride. He loved horses. I love horses too, till I about freaking got killed by one. I still love horses. I'm just a little skittish of getting on them. I would again, of course. But I got thrown off one time and I felt like I bounced 3 times before I finally hit. I think soccer is bigger in Europe. Yeah. Well, I mean, if my son was going to play a sport, I would prefer that he played soccer than football. Football's just too rough. My kid's not into sports, though. Maybe later on he'll get into it. He likes the game. I'm just scrolling the true crime. Oh, yeah. I wanted to share this with you guys. Look at these 2 sons of bitches. Hold on, let me screen share it. They were found passed out. This is in Tennessee. Passed out at an intersection. Passed out. Toddler in the back seat. You should be ashamed of yourself. Both of them should be, especially that lady. It says the Tennessee couple has been charged with aggravated child abuse when they were found overdosing with their 2-year-old daughter in the back seat. Overdosing. Wow. Leslie Lucas, 23, Lindsay Bitcon, something like that, 25, were stopped Thursday at an intersection near Anachoke High School in Nashville's Anachoke neighborhood. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The passerby saw the unconscious couple with their vehicle still running and in drive and called police. The toddler was strapped into a car seat. Police said they administered several doses of Narcan to the couple. So sad. Poor kid. Vicken allegedly told paramedics that the couple snorted heroin while they were driving around. He probably shot it up or smoked it, freebased it. Truth's known. The little girl has been placed in the custody of a grandparent who was watching the couple's other child at the time. They were both given a $250,000 bond. Lucas has been charged with DUI, driving on suspended license, possession of a controlled substance. His bond and those charges total $4,000. Pieces of crap. Y'all need to get help, straighten up your life. You could have killed your child. Well, somebody rear-ended them. What if the car had rolled through the intersection if his foot hadn't been on the brake? Yes, in UK we call it football. Oh, that's what. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, Justin. Y'all do call that football in the UK. Couldn't do it at home. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know. They like to get high and drive around, some people. They could have killed their kid. I lived in London years ago. Oh, really, Yvonne? Oh, I'd love to go to London. I really would. Be so cool. I tell you a place I want to visit. You're going to think I'm crazy. I want to go to Transylvania. So bad. I also want to go to Amsterdam. Anyways, I hope they get help. They don't need their child back. No, that's for sure. They got to want help. They got to want to get clean. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for them. Still, they can't be trusted with their kids for a long time. That's for sure. It takes years to get clean. It's just not like something that happens overnight. It's a process. My mom tried when I was active in addiction. She tried making me get clean. That didn't work. I'd come out of rehab and go back to the same old things because I didn't want change. Then finally, I was disgusted at myself. Couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. So ashamed. I was just ashamed of myself. And I just throwed it out the window. What I was getting ready to do, I just throwed it out the window and went and got Suboxone. And that's been almost 9 years ago. My life is so different. But I'll just be honest, I'm not making excuses. If I hadn't witnessed that suicide, I would have never got on drugs. I can tell you that. I was like 29 years old. All I'd ever done is smoke a little, But everything happens for a reason. Everything I've went through has made me a stronger person. Lightfeather, you been to Amsterdam? Y'all know why I want to go to Amsterdam, don't you? I want to go to one of those smoke cafes. Smoke me some ganja. I'd love to go to Amsterdam. Amsterdam's pretty, but I prefer Switzerland. Oh, I'd like to go to Germany and Switzerland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Australia. Thank you, Jack's mom. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, I like that comment because it made my morning. Oh, look at your little puppy. Jack's mom. Is your name Jack's mom because you own Jack Russell Terriers? I'm just wondering. Tracy, I live in Mobile, Alabama, where they think she could possibly be. It's pronounced K. Cat, like cat. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'll have to I'll have to look it up and listen to how to pronounce it. I knew I butchered that name. Thank you. They need to be sterilized, don't deserve children. Even if they straightened up, I mean, you still couldn't trust them with the kids. I mean, that's my opinion. My sister and I took a trip to Harris Casino. I took 40 into the gambling area. When I spent that, I was done. My sister loved us slot machines. I got a tram and sat hours, I felt, and ended up at a stop I got on in Amsterdam. I like to ride one of those trams. I've rode a subway before when I went to DC. I like DC because I went to the Air and Space Museum. I went to all the monuments. I'd like to go back now that I'm older. Went to Chinatown. That was awesome. I love Chinese food. That's like one of my favorite foods in the world is Chinese food. I love their sweet and sour chicken, shrimp. Jack came with the name from the Humane Society. Oh, okay. Well, he looks like a Jack Russell. You adopted him from the Humane Society? That's awesome. I always say adopt, don't shop. If you have to have a purebred dog, there's all kinds of different rescues, like beagle rescues, cocker spaniel, just different breeds. A lot of people want puppies, though. I like puppies. I like the older dogs. Now you're talking, Cece. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here and go fix me something to eat. I've enjoyed chatting with y'all this morning. Let's see if I need to tell y'all anything. Oh, yeah, members meet Wednesday night, 9 p.m. I'll set that up. I'll share the link. I'll share it Wednesday evening. If there's any updates on any of these cases, I'll let y'all know. Let me see what Tracy's saying before I get off here. She had visitation, did not bring them back last night. Oh, she's talking about the Amber Alert. Last night was the first Amber Alert that went out. So whoever does have custody very quickly called police when she did not show up. Oh, I see. So she was on a visitation. Didn't they do supervised visitations? Probably not. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I'm going to keep up with that. I hope they find those kids quickly. Hope she don't do nothing crazy. Anyways, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace.